Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, what's going on, fam?
What's good, brother?
What's happening? What's happening?
We back with another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short, and I am Teddy.
And I'm also Real Mark Anthony.
Yeah, and shout out to Tony, Mike, who's not here today.
Yeah, he's here with us in spirit.
Yeah, definitely here with us in spirit. So today we're going to be...
Hold on. That felt a little off.
What you mean?
Let's explain. He's okay. He's just not here today.
Yeah. He's just... Technically, he's quarantining. Like, he doesn't have COVID or nothing, but he's just taking a precautionary measure.
Yeah, being safe.
Yeah, from something that happened. So, yeah, he's be back maybe by next time. I don't know. Depends.
Yeah.
Definitely not the next time, and the one after that for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, positive energy and love to him.
Possibly for a good shout out to him, we're gonna try to throw a couple of SAT words in here today.
So what? Well, that'll have to come from you. Yeah, that'll have to be you.
First word off the random: residual.
Well, if those SAT words, then yeah, I got you. Yeah, residual stuff. Yeah. So today we're gonna be talking about friendships.
Yeah.
So this is a topic that I want to say pretty much almost every single person should have some type of experience with, whether good, bad, ugly, pretty friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're gonna talk about a whole different variety of different types of friendship traits and qualities, et cetera, et cetera. We're gonna start off with what so I looked up these numbers, right? And it says that the average friendship only lasts 5 years. And when you think about it,
That's pretty typical.
think so? That seems so short, don't it?
It do. But like, just when you really think, I don't know, man. I gotta think about it, man. Like some of my friendships, it kind of was like
Quick little
5 years.
Quick little 5 years.
We either like actually like officially falling off, or yeah, we can't be friends no more.
Yeah, or you kind of just like if it's like genuine life, and that pulls you apart, then that's one thing. Because we all thought we had a million friends in high school, and then you graduate, somebody's going to college or somebody's moving cross country, somebody's going to the military. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's like, if that's the case, then I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the other, because when I look back on like my situation in my life, I see that a lot of friendships were built on like bad foundations. And then maybe we only constructed this to last 5 years.
True. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what the friend is really there for. Like,
Right.
There's some people just be like, yeah, man, kind of like going with the flow kind of thing, or kind of like forcing it, like, man, you an association through somebody else, so
We friends.
hey.
Or all right, so do you think people use the word friend like kind of loosely then?
I do. I actually do believe that people now are using it. Yeah, definitely using the term friend definitely very loosely.
Yeah. Because I feel like nowadays it doesn't take much to be like, oh yeah, such and such bought me a soda from the store. Yeah, we friends.
Oh man, you like this same, like the same weed, man. Oh, we smoke the J together. We friends.
Yeah. Like there's no foundation to like, all right, well, I've been hanging out with such and such for a little while.
I ain't gonna lie. I made a couple of friends off of a T-shirt. Like,
All right, all right.
off of a T-shirt.
All right, so I'm gonna let you tell the story. So well, before you tell the story, so what's a friend?
Well, to me,
Yeah.
a friend is like literally just like, at this point, it's family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you down for the support of a lot of things, but at the same time though, like, if you're out there being foolish and all that too, they there to correct you too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, if you get into it, it's like, all right, I'm gonna get into it too, but at the same time, I'm gonna pull you aside, like, nigga, you stupid. Like, you know, you shouldn't have been doing that. I don't know. It's so many things that can really define a friend instead of like, it's an obvious thing between somebody being a friend and somebody that's just being around, and you just happen to like the same things.
All right, so let me
Like,
let me
it's
read,
a chemistry.
Let me read you the dictionary term of a friend, and then we'll just go off of that. And it says a person who has a strong liking and trust for another person. A person who is not an enemy or foe. A person who helps support something. It says something or a cause, which I guess, I don't know why that's like the same thing, so I don't know why it's two different, I don't know. But yeah, that's the definition of what a friend is. So I mean, now,
I mean, that sounds a little vague, though.
right, and I was just about to say, you know, I've never looked up the definition of a friend, technically. So hearing that, now I see why the term is thrown around.
Yeah, people just...
Now this makes it seem like anything is a friend. Anything breathing like close to you, like...
Just typically, just you gotta be able to coexist.
And that's a friend.
Yeah. It's like,
I ain't got no
you
pro-
know,
I ain't got no
we
problem.
ain't tight, but it's
We
not that I
beefing.
don't not like you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We not beefing, so you're a friend. Like this is making it seem like there's a line drawn directly down the middle,
Facts.
and
It's a little to me. It's a little more than that.
yeah. All right, so maybe because of life experiences, you had to like, we need to take this definition and specify it, because this isn't good enough. Because you know, now you got friends stabbing you in the back. And things of that nature, you know what I mean? And it's funny because a couple minutes ago you said that you look at like a lot of your friends as family, and I do too. I think we're all at a point where it's like we consider like, oh yeah, you know, that's my brother and this and that, and that it's a super compliment to the friends. Now I will say, there's a conversation to be had as far as family goes, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a society, we shouldn't be filling out our family roster with friends.
Facts. I mean, the only reason why me personally, like, and it's not like, oh, well, anybody that I get along with is family per se. I mean, you know, take it how you want to, but for me, I know generally I kind of float in small circles anyway.
Okay.
And I'm not. I'm a lot better than what I used to be.
What you mean?
As far as like who I am as a person, or like having myself together. You know, I was quite a handful back then. I mean, I could still be a little bit of a handful now, but that's if I really choose to. I got, you know, I'm grown and I got control over that.
Right.
So, but generally for those who are like really in my circle, because I can be very, I want to say observant. I can be really observant on who it is I associate myself with. And kind of like unsubconsciously, I've already decided whether you're going to be long-term or short-term. Like, we there, like, now, if I was to really, like, say it out loud to myself, I'd be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, this is a friendship I would like to have for long-term. Hopefully it lasts long enough.
Right.
But it's unsubconsciously, like, the setting that, you know, is already put out there as I met you and all that, and how I'm observing you already, I could have possibly already written you off for sure. Short term, you know what I'm saying?
And that's true.
So if you really are in my circle and I'm like fucking with you like consistently a lot and all that, then eventually it's just like, yeah, you're a family. Because then if I can bring you around certain areas and all that, you know, in my space, which is personal spaces,
Right.
then at this point I can consider you as family.
Okay.
You know.
So what do you feel like? And I guess it's a million little things that goes into a friendship. But what do you feel like is like the most important parts that go into a genuine friendship?
Trust.
Yeah.
Definitely trust, but honesty as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because trust is not just going to come from anywhere. And then, like you mentioned before, that friends can stab you in the back.
Right.
You really got to try to figure out what they're there for.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean not be the best you, but at the same time, like, still stay aware.
And say that say that part again.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean don't be the best you, because
Yeah.
a lot of people, they knee-jerk reaction, and we see it all the time on social media. I'm matching energies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna treat people how they treat. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so what you just said is a very important piece. And that needs to be said multiple times, because people need to always stay true to them. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just like I'm gonna say it again. Be the best you. And actually, it's I try to really, spoon feed. I don't want to say force feed, but kind of like spoon feed to some of my friends. Like just yesterday, I was talking to one of my female friends about a relationship that she was in, and then like we was all in the car, and so she had said something about somebody that she was talking to or whatever, and like the whole conversation would just seem a little off, and I was just like, all right, cool, well, I understand where you're coming from and why you doing what you're doing, but at the same time though, there's still more of you that you could do to be the best you, right, to handle the situation,
right,
or whatever.
right.
And even the Uber driver got into the conversation too, and it was a dude. So I'm sitting in a car full of females, and it was just me and him, as the dudes. And so he was just like, yeah, man, she ain't do nothing wrong, type of stuff or whatever. And I was like, look, I get that. I get what you saying, and I get what she's saying too. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that she can't be her best self because of what this person did. Because she was basically saying, well, yeah, this is how he moved, and I moved this way too, such and such, and now he's doing this, and and I'm giving the same energy. It's just like, it's either you felt like this the whole time as well, and you didn't realize it yet.
Exactly. No, people realize it though.
I mean, I know some people do realize it, but I try to give credit. To some people.
What happens is, and we had, because we did a podcast, and it was one of the other therapy-esque jumps that we did. And we were saying, like, once certain seeds are planted, it doesn't do nothing but grow.
Facts.
Because that's what seeds do when you plant them. They grow. All it takes is for somebody to keep doing something that's watering the seed, nurturing the seed. That person was looking for a reason to be on some get back, and that was finally, they did something. I've been waiting to do this anyway. I'm going to do it right back.
Facts.
Because let me ask you a question. Would put you in that same situation, like you specifically, are you going to match energies?
Offhand, to be honest, I probably would, but not on purpose. Okay. That's just generally how I am. Like, I'm a responder. Like, I really don't try to give off the energy firsthand, because I want to know what it is that I'm dealing with.
Right.
But, at the same time, it's just like, all right, this is what I'm getting. And it's kind of like just a slight reaction. Like, all right, that it touched the nerves. But at the same time, like, now when I'm actually in my head thinking about it, it's like, all right, I could do better. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do.
Yeah.
And that's just like me with my conscience. Because at the same time, like, how I think is this. If this is going to happen, or if I do this right and then the other person does it, can I really be mad?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what I be wanting people to, like, if your reaction to your significant other, let's say like your significant other cheated on you, and your knee-jerk reaction was to go cheat back. Now you can't. Now you done took away all the things that you can say, because you did it right back. Now y'all both wrong.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then like you said a few minutes ago, if that's your knee-jerk reaction, you was probably going to do that anyway, somewhere down the line, or at some point in time. You was going to, if you can cheat,
it was practically the inevitable at this point. Right. It was probably like 2 or 3 days before you probably was sitting there considering that before you actually did it.
Right.
Before you even found out that person cheated. Because you like, it was something that was already conspiring in between
building
that.
up to, and people, from my understanding, because I got like friends that do this, they'll already have in mind people that they would mess with if they weren't in relationships or they weren't married. Damn, if I was single, Slim, I'd be all over Slim. You know what I'm saying? Like it already be in your mind. And to me, I keep saying it so people can keep hearing it. Once it's in your mind, it's only a formality at that point.
Yeah, bro. That's why, like, for real, like, people really have to learn how to communicate. Communication is the biggest and best filtering process.
Facts.
Whether it's
Absolutely.
good things being said, bad things being said, it's going to filter everything out. It allows you to figure things out right then and there.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
just get it out the way.
Like I know some conversations it might feel awkward, but like you said, it has to.
It needs to be done.
It has to be done. It has to be, because it's like me. I used to be like that, but then, like I said, I just realized like I can't complain if I'm doing the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I'm more like a withdrawal now. Like I'll just slowly fall back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the L gracefully, and that's another thing is like growing up, we not well off, we not rich or nothing like that. So we've had our fair share of L's.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why people act like taking the L is like the worst travesty in the world. You know what I'm saying?
It just don't feel good.
It don't.
Yeah, bro.
It don't.
It's just a natural human reaction, man.
We made it that though.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a toxic reaction. It's just like no. Because the thing is, it's gonna be hard to heal from that if
If
you
you just don't accept it.
if you don't accept it, right. If you want to admit that you taking the L, you focusing on revenge and get back and all that type of stuff when you should just be focusing on like, damn, all right, so what did I see in this person that fooled me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was this.
Like, you gotta dissect everything.
Everything.
That's why, like, now I don't feel as bad for being a deep thinker, because I'll deep think a lot.
You got to.
And so many scenarios, like, even now, I've had people, like, that we are typically on a texting basis. Me, personally, I really don't like the text because, like, so much can happen in between that. One, the tone of the text message can be, like, taken the wrong way.
Right.
Or sometimes the text is not received or sent or something like that. Something like issues happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had some scenarios where I met up with people who I was texting before or whatever, and then I met them in person again for some time after, and it was like, yeah, man, you know, such and such and such, and, you know, I text you this and this, and I was like, well, I text you back. You ain't get it?
Right.
Nah, you know, my phone, or, you know, it's something happening. But at the same time, like me now, I try to let people have their space, because you don't know what's going on the other side of the phone.
Right.
So that gives me time to think, and I've always come up with the scenarios. It's like, well, what if this? Like, what can I do differently, or how can I address it? Because me personally, I'm not a type of person to let the relationship falter unless it's going to be of true nature,
Right.
instead of just not talking. Because I've done that before, and it's like, all right, well, I don't feel like I'm in control of the situation now. I'm just letting it just float away and not do nothing about it. And that's just, to me, that's a dumb reason to lose a bond in a relationship or whatever. So I kind of sit back a little bit, and then after a while, I kind of throw the little jabs out there to see if I'm gonna get a response. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Right.
How's your day? Blah blah blah, XYZ, to see if I get a response and everything like that, just to kind of like keep the thing at bay, because that's how I'm letting them know, like, hey, I'm still interested in this friendship or relationship,
Right.
and I want to see where you at with this too. Now, depending on how long it takes for the meetup again or a phone call or whatever, I try to be transparent, you know, try to communicate. To be honest with you, I thought this in the process of us not talking and all this other stuff, I was a little worried.
That's good.
So it's just like, you want to find out what it is. Oh, see, thought I turned my phone off. So you're gonna find out whether it actually was that, or that it was just like a misunderstanding.
Right.
And that's the biggest issue now with friendships, is so many misunderstandings.
A billion.
So it's just like, yeah, you know, like there's something lost in translation, or what I call the telephone game.
Okay.
You ever played a telephone game?
Right. Well, in school.
Yeah, you know,
elementary school. Yeah.
yeah. You say one thing, and next thing you know, the whole message comes back totally different.
Yeah.
So like, you just literally have to communicate and be upfront. Like, try to cut the middleman or the middle pieces out as much as possible, and just try to be direct.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's just like you're gonna lose something
And that's,
probably didn't be lost.
And from that point, perspective is that's basing it off, but solely like if that's the reason. Because at the beginning of it, which is one thing that also messes up a lot of friendships, it has to be like effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one thing that's like super dwindling down nowadays.
Yeah, it's a lot of don't care attitudes out there
Yeah,
now.
like everybody's like nonchalant. Everybody's like,
And it makes you wonder. It makes you ask two questions.
mm-hmm.
What happened to you for you to be like that? Or why did you even get in this friendship or relationship in the first place?
All right, so that's two good questions. So I'm gonna answer one of them, right?
Mm.
And then I'll let you do one or both. For me, because it's two ways I feel like you could go about it. One, you just get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you were saying, like you would communicate. Yo, to be honest, I'm just checking in. Thought something was happening. Thought something was worried. And you know, for a couple of times, that's okay.
Yeah.
But for it to keep happening,
And it's like now it's excessive. It's like I'm nagging, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to say this, but I have to be honest. Maybe this just ran its course.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though I might have known you for 15 years or 20 years, I thought this was going to be like a forever thing.
Mm-hmm.
I might have been wrong. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's why when I was looking at the numbers and I was like, you know, everybody I know plenty of people, and everybody got like friends that they done grew up with and stuff like that. And then you see something like that, and it's just like, damn, 5 years, that's it.
Mm-hmm. But it's more devastating to have longer friendships that's gonna die off. Because for real, some friendships are actually lasting longer because you just dodging a bullet. You don't know typically how, or you actually had the signs, but you just kept making the friendships work. I actually had a friendship where it was probably like you said, like maybe 15 years or so. Like I had a high school friendship, and life was just like, all right, cool. You could put it off for as long as you want to. Like there was hints here or there,
Right.
and then it's just like, all right, you know, you basically showing the tolerance, but life is gonna happen,
And that's what it is.
and the reality's it's gonna that reality, whatever shape or form it is, which definitely came in the form of a person. It made the separation happen.
Right. And it's like it's a double-edged sword because you give your friends such a long leash.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it be hints, but you choose not to, because your friends got a leash.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you see it like, all right, that's not really good, but yeah, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you just try to make it work.
And you'll even, because it's one thing, and I used to be king known for saying this, and you see people like on Facebook with their little memes. This is real like a popular saying, and it's like I could go a whole year without talking to my bro, and the first day we link up, it's like we never missed a beat. And I used to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have that mindset, like, yeah, it don't matter. We can go me and you can go a whole year without talking.
I still got a few friendships like that.
But that's I came to the realization that's not friends.
Facts. Like I started saying that to myself too. It's just like fair weather joints. Like there's some joints I haven't talked to in years, and then we had that same conversation. Like,
Yeah, you cool.
We haven't talked in years, but every time we talk, it's like we never lost a day.
And you know what it is? Because you got positive energy, I'ma have positive energy. We not beefing. So even if I go 2 years, all right, damn, I ain't seen you since school, Slim.
Hey.
If we was on the same page in school, and you still doing you and I'm still doing me, we gonna be on the same page now.
Now, I probably have in that scenario maybe I want to say 4 friendships like that.
Okay.
And they're typically right now, currently, there is only one that's actually more consistent.
Right.
Like ever since we started communicating again, we actually been consistently talking because we was just like, man, we ain't gonna let this die down type of stuff.
Okay.
Which I totally understand, and we in totally two different states. Like I'm here, and she's out in Arizona.
I know, and I knew it was a female too. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. How I knew it was a female.
Typically, majority of the time now, like most of my friends are females.
No, it ain't. It's not you specifically. It's what you said that happened in the conversation that lets me know that it's because one thing that I noticed, and me and you, we, obviously I joke a lot about you having the females and things that like the looks and everything, but we have so much in common than we don't have in common. You know what I mean? I feel like nowadays females, they genuinely appreciate friendships and put in like the effort to be and maintain friendships because a lot of them grew up without a lot of friends. And you see a lot of females say like, oh, females, they just be backstabbers, it be competitions and things of that nature, which we're going to get into that too as far as friendships.
I've heard that one a lot from the females.
Yeah, the competitions, and it's a competition, and she felt like she looked better than me, so she tried to keep me around to boost her. You know what I'm saying? And this, I feel like, and like you said something a few seconds ago about the 15-year thing. I feel like also friends just get complacent.
That's true.
Oh damn, we've been rocking for 15 years. I done enough. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna coast to the. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like that.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like it's so many different avenues.
It's a plethora of reasons, whole slew of reasons why there's always separations now.
Yeah.
And some of them is like I said, like you mentioned before, it's just in the simplest form. Some people just don't care. They just
you just fuck it, All right, so let me ask you a question. I got a question, right? You ever had a friendship end because of like one of your friends get into like a new relationship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or attempt to be in a relationship. Man.
So what's your opinion? Or you got a story or both?
Oh, I definitely have stories.
All right, give your opinion on it first, and then let that lead into the story.
It sucks. It sucks. But as a friend, me personally, as a friend, I will try to be understanding and be like, okay, it is what it is. Of course, I still try to hold on to the friendship for however I can.
Right.
But when certain things become the inevitable, I like I said, I communicate. Like, yeah, bro, this, and this, and such and such and such. And then, see, sometimes I typically, I voice my opinion about it from my, just as point of views and just like general conversations.
Right.
And it is because, like, my friends, they know how I get down. And I mentioned it quite a bit. Like, I really, as much as I like to tend to my relationship, I don't want that to control my friendships. There's a lot of relationships out here that I see that literally just like, yeah, don't do this, don't go to nowhere or whatever. It's just like the relationship partner wants to take control.
Right.
And it's just like, damn, like I had friends before you, like, or during, like, why the change now? And some people, I understand trying to, prevent for certain things to happen.
Right.
Like, hey, I just don't think that, this such and such friend is a good company or whatever. So I would suggest or hope that you can separate from them because it's kind of like, tampering with the relationship right now. But literally, there's some that are out there just like, I just don't want you to hang out. I think you hanging out with them too much. It's like a jealousy thing now. Now you got to compete. And it's just like, you got to find, that partner feels like it's no longer a balance anymore. And so, I mean, I get it. And it's like, you got to make your relationship happy as much as possible, whatever. But and some people just go for the relationship.
I was about to say, 'cause do you think, like, let's say, like, your friend, let's say like the significant other does get jealous, and your friend decides that I'm going to withdraw from these friendships to try to make my significant other happy. Like, does that seem like thinking from a logical standpoint? That's a bad foundation.
Yeah, I think it's totally unfair. That's like you. It's what's the word I want to use? It's practically amputating the leg, if you will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is I've actually seen that in marriages where it's just like, yeah, you know, you're just out too consistently or this, that, I want you to come home or whatever. I've seen it like in my dad sometimes where it's just like, damn, bro, like, what's good with his friends, man? Like, is the only friends you really have from work? And,
Right.
and like, do you have much of a life when you at home or whatever? Like, you know, where your friends at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I think he just be like down in the dumps because like now, if I was to see him communicating, it's like it's almost as if he doesn't want to go home right away.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see, I
I'm
see
like,
how-
you just want to talk long for days, bro. So it's just like,
yeah.
oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just an old person thing. I don't know.
No,
but
because eventually it turns into prison.
yeah, but yeah, like it's a form of control that the relationship partner will use. It's just
Right.
like I just want you to choose me. It's either you choose me or the friendships. I've actually lost a relationship due to friendships.
Me too.
Like it literally, and it hurts so much. I've definitely had been told like that she had an issue with certain friends that I hung out with. And then see the thing is, like I try to figure out as to why. I ask why, and I try to think of logical reasons as to why. And so and it's not with the typical things like, you know, if I go hang out with the homies, like there was a homie I used to hang out with at the club, and this was actually a thing before I met her, and it still was a consistent thing, if you will, typically because like she had her own stuff to do, and when she was doing her own thing, she kind of didn't give a fuck about me.
Okay.
Like if I was chilling or whatever and I was just trying to talk to her or whatever, it was just like, yo, I'm busy. All right, cool. So now I got to make myself busy to keep myself out of your hair so I won't irritate the fuck out of you.
Right.
So I was, you know, getting back into the consistency of hanging with the homie and stuff like that. I was like, all right, cool, you know, something to do at night and everything. And I'm a night owl. So whenever she's knocked out, I'll probably be up or whatever, like, you know. And see, me, I can trust myself to go out with my friends because my morals still stick even
Right.
when I'm out.
Right.
Like, there was a time I was like, yeah, man. And I'm like, hey, I know, sorry for the noise. I'm still here at the club and everything. I just want to call to check in on you. I've done that quite a few times. Or I'm
Right.
texting and everything. Or I'm like, yeah, man, like, if you want to get on video chat for a few minutes, you know, I'm cool with that too. Like I said, on the outside patio and stuff like that. And we can talk. I ain't got no problem because I'm not doing nothing that I wouldn't want you to see or know.
Right.
So, yeah. Then it's just like, again, me sticking to the morals to certain friendships or bonds or connections that I had with certain people. There were some jealousies that grew and that were worrisome to her. And so it got to a point she was like, it's either that or me.
Right.
And I was just like, well, me personally, with the certain friendships that I had, I knew they were going to fall off anyway. So, but what was being requested was, there were certain actions that was being requested that was really going to be me making an ass of myself. I said, look,
Okay.
just to keep it clean, I'm going to let it do what it do. I'm not going to allow it to become what it is that you're worried about. But at the same time, I'm not going to go out my way to cause an issue. It's going to fall off. It's going to handle itself. So I let it be. But other stuff, it was just like, yeah, you know, I don't like that person. I don't want to hang out. And I literally had girlfriends that tell me, I don't want to hang out with your friends.
Right.
I'm like, damn, like, you don't want to come and meet my friends? I've met your friends.
Right.
And very, very rare occasions where those girls had met my friends. And it was just like, yeah, I just don't want to. But you want to spend all the time with me. And I get that. Cool. I like you and I like being around you. It's why we're in a relationship and so on and so forth. We continue to build that bond. But at the same time, I'm not a type of person who you just want to cage me.
Right.
Now, there are days I'll be like, nah, homie, I'm spending time with the lady.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's that. I'm spending time with her or the family or whatever. Or I just don't feel like getting out of bed, bro. Like, I just want to lay with her. We just going to eat popcorn and watch Netflix.
Right.
Simple as that. And then there's just times like, you know, I spoke to the homie about a week ago. We made plans to go hang out, go bowling or whatever. And I like to stick to my word. Not just, oh, well, something came up. My girl wanted me to stay. Unless it's really an emergency. Like, yeah, man, I got, you know, stick around. Like, sorry for the misfortune, but,
Right.
you know, yeah.
Right.
But off the random, just like, she just wanted me to be here. There's going to be times I'm going to do that. And then there's going to be times where I'm just going to be like, this is not going to keep happening every time you say something.
Right.
You know, that's
Because
just
that's what it like. I felt like once that first situation comes about, like, oh, stop dealing with your friends. And I feel like once somebody makes a decision to stop dealing with their friends, like you said earlier, it's like it's amputating the leg.
Yeah, bro, I just can't comprehend.
And
I
then
can't comprehend this shit.
Once that's over with, it's just going to go to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing the game. Stop going to the gym.
Man, and the thing is, you don't know if that relationship is going to last.
Right.
You got rid of friendships for a relationship that you don't even know that's still going to exist.
Right.
It's a give or take on both sides.
Right.
Just like, literally, the key word is ship. Friendship, relationship. It's all, actually, technically, a friendship is a relationship.
Yeah, they all.
So it's just
because they all take like majority of the same qualities to maintain.
Yeah, so it's just like both, it's 50-50 for real.
Right.
Now, of course, there's great differences.
Right.
Or I would hope so for those who actually, you know, hint to those with friends or benefits. But, you know, it's all the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why should I? Unless they really are, like the friendships or even the relationships are literally doing something that's tearing you down, or the bond to the relationship or friendship, like, what's the point of separating for real?
Right. Or unless, like how we said earlier about the knee-jerk reaction thing, unless some people were just looking for a way out the friendship anyway.
Yeah.
Cause it's like I kind of hold people to like higher standards, depending on who they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's people I know that live right around the corner who got 3-4 kids, married, full-time job, and still got time for friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anybody without that or any of that, you really don't have an excuse.
Yeah. I just think this generation just don't know how to find balance, bro.
And
They really don't.
And I think it's done on purpose though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and it's like, and we can have a honest moment, right? Anytime anybody makes any decision about a relationship, a friendship, or whatever, like the type of situation it is, before you make a decision of what you're going to do, if you're about to make a decision to go out and cheat on somebody, or if you're about to make a decision to break up with somebody, or you're about to make a decision like, I'm not going to answer the calls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop talking. Like, before you do it, a person thinks to themselves, you know what, I should just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what? Fuck that person. I'm going to do it. Is that, all right, so far, is that true?
Yeah, I would say it is.
Yeah, everybody makes it's a very, and I call it a conscious decision because it's you by yourself
Mm-hmm.
thinking over a scenario before you put it into fruition.
Yeah.
And that's what I think of when I feel like I'm either being slighted, I'm either being shorted, taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not getting the effort in the friendship that I'm putting out. I think of that very like, this person sat down and made a conscious decision that they're either going to act funny towards me or they're going to carry me this way. They're gonna do some hypocritical type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Where two people doing the exact same thing. One person's getting way more love than the other person, even though they're doing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this person sat down and thought about this. So I'm not going to be, at least this is like, remember the last time we was here, we did the Big Brother podcast, and remember how I was telling you, I was like, me and Mike in two different places.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
And I was like, Mike still enjoys going out of his way to try to help everybody and to save the world. And I was like, you need people like that.
Facts.
And I was like, I'm just not that person no more.
We all have our time.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. And it's like, that's why I said I was taking my hat off to him, and I was like, it's commendable that he's still trying to do it. And it's just like me, I've been there so many times. And it's just like, nah.
Transitions it's just gotta happen. Not saying that you're gonna be like that forever though. But right now,
I wouldn't, because right now, my mindset, I just think way differently than I was thinking. Like right now, my mindset is so structured and regulated.
Yeah, you thinking how you need to.
Yeah. And back then it was just like, I just want to save the world, and I want to help this person, help that person, this person, that person. And then I fell off, and all those people wanted to jump in to help me back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
the foundation gets weak.
Right. And it was like, okay, so I was the cement this whole time. I thought it was us. I thought we were the cement. Mm-hmm. But it was just me.
Like I said before, like, life was gonna show you.
Yeah,
man. It's gonna come. It's gonna do it.
Yeah,
it's always gonna do it.
Yeah, and it's like,
and typically it is like a lot of times, now it is the relationship. Like, it's the defining moment. Like it's gonna be clear as day, and it's gonna paint the picture for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? It's in with relationships. It's kind of like slowly but surely. Like, all right, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to skip this day. I'm gonna spend time with Short.
Yes, it's slow burn.
And then next thing you know, it's gonna start happening over and over and over, and then you start seeing less of your homie, and it's just like, all right, man. Like, you just gonna have to see it for what it is.
Right.
Now, at that point, you just gonna let it go, or you gonna be like, you know what, man? I noticed this. I'm gonna let you have it.
Or you might got the one homie. It's always gonna be one homie to speak up.
Yeah. So it's I've rarely seen it. So far, I've been that homie though. Right. I'm always that homie that's speaking up, man.
You got in your relationship, bro. You got like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey. But see, at the same time, like I try to respect my homies' relationships.
That's facts too.
Like, I've seen quite a few homies that literally, like, I've seen them go through some shit.
Okay.
And just me as a person that's gone through some shit, especially with relationships, it's just like, bro, you know what? I'm just happy to see you happy. Because now it's just like, maybe I need to find something else to do or whatever, in advance in my life. Just because you got it and I don't doesn't mean that, you can't be happy.
Right.
So it's just like, you obviously you doing what you want to do. If you want to continue to just be around her every single day, that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
You wanted to do that because you wanted to please that person.
Right.
And so on and so forth. And now, if you don't enjoy it, then why you keep doing it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you have to discuss with your partner.
Right. So what you feel about like the friend drifting away from the friendships to do the relationship, and then the relationship doesn't work, and the friend tries to come back to,
Like I said, communication is key.
Let's say they didn't communicate though. Let's say like they just like, damn, bro, I ain't heard from you in like months, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I definitely be thinking that, like, you just disappear, bro. But at the same time, like me, typically, I'm just like, all right, what's good? Like, you text me, you call me, hey man, what's up? All right, what's good? Yeah. But at the same time, like, though I sound like acceptive, Like I'm accepting it.
Right.
I'm still thinking in the back of my head. I just have control over what it is that I'm gonna say at this point.
Because it's a tentative friendship at that point.
But like, make no mistake, you're not fooling me. And that's one, like I said, like being a deep thinker and all that.
Right.
It keeps me aware of so much shit.
It keep you on your feet. Yeah.
I literally say this not to be arrogant. Most of the scenarios that you do or that you get away with is majority of the time is because I let you.
Right.
Like, I've already told myself this is happening. Now, you have to be really good. It has to be a consistent thing for me to, like, undergo. If I think this and I'm voicing it, and then you be like, all right, well, this is not happening. And eventually, like, sometimes I even think, well, damn, maybe I'm tripping. So that does happen too. Mm-hmm. That's another way for me to get tricked in a situation. But other than that, you're not fooling me, though.
Right.
Like, I've already thought of this. You're not doing something that you're not having this grandmaster plan that is totally unaware.
Yeah. Because it's not, as kids, it's one thing. As adults, it's not really too much you can do to fool people.
Yeah, you're not fooling me. I try to tell people all the time, man, I've been through this before. I did this before, man.
Right.
Like, I'm young, yes. But I've been through this. I've been through so much consistent shit. It's just like, damn, bro. Like, really, there's times I really had to think to myself, like, am I ever going to get a break? Can I breathe?
Right, right.
And it's just like, the consistent year after year after year after year, and it's just like so much shit that's happening within those years, even if it was just with a few people.
Mm-hmm.
I learned so fucking much. I don't like, come on, bro. Like, now that's why I try to be straight up and 100 with my friends. Despite I try to watch how I deliver things, because I'm not gonna say I'm not susceptible of having a quote unquote disrespectful tone or whatever, but at the same time, like, I try to be straightforward with it and everything, because that's how I'm giving you my respect.
Right.
I'm giving you the respect to know the truth or hear what I'm thinking. I'm not moving in the shadows with you, and I'm allowing you to make your decisions.
Facts.
So, we can do that, but at the same time, it's like, if you really don't want to communicate that, and you just want to try to continue to fool people, it's just, that's your demise.
Yeah.
Because now you're bringing a whole totally different type of reaction.
Right.
But I'm like, keep it 100. You're not fooling me, bro. Who do you think you fooling? I've literally had to tell my friends that. I'm the type of friend where if they vent to me, like, I had friends that'll talk to me about their relationships. I had a friend who was just like, yeah, man, she tripping and this and this and this and this and this. I was like, all right, bro. I was there. I see how this all gets started. So let me lay this out for you in case you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, all right, so you see how you get started? Does this make sense to you? You was doing this. Does this make sense to you? Mm-hmm. Now it's kind of like coming back to you, and you got a problem with it. Like, come on, bro. Like, really, like, I understand it don't feel good, but look at what was happening before this day came, type of shit. Right. Like, come on, bro. Don't fool me. Don't try to tell me this because I'm your friend.
Right.
No. Like, we know what this is.
And people people do that sometimes because they do be ashamed. But it's nothing to be, like, really ashamed. Like I said, I get it. You don't want to take the L. But L's happen.
That's why pride is one of the worst things, bro.
Right.
You let your pride get in the way, you make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you might come out on top, but compared to the person that you had that situation with, bro, like, you really are taking the L every time you choose your pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't combat that, you're going to make a foolish decision where you're just going to look negative to that person. And that does matter.
Right.
Because the thing is, though, if you walk away doing that, chances is you're going to do that to another person, and then another person,
and
another person.
Yeah, yeah.
At this point, you're just making enemies.
And then once a whole area figure you out, then what? You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah. It's like it's a lot that definitely goes into it. So what you think about and this is more like acceptable reasons, I guess, that friendships could really die out. And that's what we talked about, like, super in the beginning. With just, like, life just taking you in, like, different directions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like priorities changing. I won't say priorities because, well, I guess it depends on circumstances. Because everybody, I guess your priorities could be different to a degree. And I kind of feel like if we're all the same age group, I kind of feel like our priorities are pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? Unless obtaining those priorities takes us down different paths.
Yeah, I was gonna say we all got different journeys.
But then I'm trying to. All right, so let's take us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like me and you specifically. Technically, we're trying to obtain two different things. Like right now, you're working on the personal trainer thing, and that's like you're about to be certified, and that's going to be like your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
So, me on the other hand, I'm like, at this current time, I'm super into acting. Now, there's no correlation here at all.
Right.
It's
two different animals.
You know what I mean? So it's like you see the bond that we have,
Yeah.
and obviously the podcast and the skits and stuff is like perfect examples of what I feel like a friendship should represent. Because even though acting isn't your end goal, you'll do it to help us out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even though I'm not going to try to be like a bodybuilder, I'm not trying to go to the Olympics or nothing. When you get certified, we'll figure out ways to help you out with your thing.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, what's your opinion on like? Is it really an excuse for people to really like grow apart just because like the paths is different? Because our paths are like, I don't think it could get no different.
I mean, yeah. Every little thing matters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I like however you decide to keep that friendship going.
Right.
Like I said, communication. Hey, what's up? Sorry I can't be there, but I wanted to check in on you. Sometimes, like I said, the phone, that's what phones are for.
Right.
To literally bridge gaps.
Right.
Other states, maybe even other countries. Pen pals, all that. They've been writing for years.
The phone is like a virtual Band-Aid.
Yeah, bro. I've seen people literally have had almost lifelong friendships because they were pen pals.
Right.
Never even met the person.
Right.
Until when they finally meet, and it was just like, yeah, man, you know, you're exactly like how, like,
yeah.
I imagine. So that is part of one of the little things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand we all got things to do.
Right.
Cool. And a real friend will be supportive of that for the come up. I see you coming up. That's great. I might even be able to learn something from you. Right. You never know how that benefits you. But at the same time, there's always a chance to either make time or pick up the phone.
That's a good point.
Write, text, whatever. Or hell, like, sometimes, like, there was a point in time for, you know, when I kind of, like, went MIA for a few months or whatever. Mm-hmm. And y'all was just, like, wondering if I was okay. The next thing you know, I'm starting to comment, laughing, and liking a post y'all put on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I know I've been gone, but at the same time, boom, here I am. I'm still active with y'all. I still fuck with y'all.
Right.
Type of shit. And then now, here it is. I'm now building a bridge between that gap, and here we're consistent again.
Right.
So it's just like little stuff like that. And then now, if the time comes, or the conversation comes up, hey man, you know, it was a little, you know, the distance, man, had me a little worried, or blah blah blah. That's when the explanation comes in.
Right.
Clarification. You find out what it is. Mm-hmm. Whether, like I said, it was good or bad. and you decide to pick up, what's being put down and carry it however you want to.
Right.
So I really don't. I do know people just fall off, and that literally is just the defining moment. That says everything.
Yeah.
Like, I've had friendships who are like I'm super cool with. I've seen when I was like staying on campus, University of Maryland, doing these programs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I made a lot of friends, and I kind of think back on it like, damn, I wish it actually went a little longer, but sometimes the communication just fell off. And that literally just says what it is.
Right.
It's like you can wish differently, but that's what it is.
Yeah. And the thing I think about, because we had this conversation a long time ago as well, I think the school friendships were kind of like conditioned. Because, we go to the same school.
Yeah, you're in a fixed setting.
I gotta see you 200 days out the year. It's gonna seem like we're friends.
Yeah,
but
until you graduate, that's when the real test begins.
Yeah, because it's like now I'm not going to be seeing you, so let's see who goes out their way to maintain a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing for me to like get off the bus every day or wake up, walk around campus. Oh, yo, it's good, hey, you see the game last night? You know what I'm saying?
But you definitely mentioned something that was actually like really spot on. It's I have to see you.
That's
like,
what it is.
Because you ain't gonna sit here and just not talk to somebody, and then next thing you know, you be like, damn, I gotta see him in class tomorrow.
Right.
Like that awkward moment. I don't want to have to deal with that.
Right.
How do I explain this? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to communicate with you. I'm gonna call you or whatever and all this other stuff, because now you wanna save that awkward moment, and just like, all right, cool. But then the very moment, like, I ain't gonna see you no more, so it's just like less to worry about.
He's gonna make you have an awkward moment on your own once you realize, like, damn, it's just because we was in school together.
Yeah. Like, he ain't gotta see me. He ain't gotta deal with me no more. He ain't gotta explain shit.
Yeah.
Until you happen to run into each other, then that awkward moment happens again, like you see in the movies and shit. Like, damn, bro. Like, hey, it kind of like some people try to play it off. Hey, you, like,
yeah.
Damn, I forgot that nigga name. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, what's up, boss, or some shit like that. Like, you met him, obviously, but it's just like it has to be what it needs to be, but like I said, it's always gonna be something that's just gonna, the water's always gonna become clear.
Yeah.
It might take a minute, but the longer it takes, though, I think it definitely hits differently.
And from everything we've been saying, it's just like a lot of the time it takes a long time because of all the leeway that we give.
Mm-hmm.
And all the, like, you brushing this off, you brushing that off, you ignoring this, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I be telling y'all, like, how my process is now. That's why I take out the meat and potatoes. And if something's going to get there, let's just get it there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, I need to, if I see a situation where it's like, damn, because like you said, it's always going to be a defining moment where it's like, damn, I'm going to take a L here. I need to hurry up and be like, all right, let me start this process so I can hurry up and try to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of pushing it off more and more, and then while you're pushing it off more and more, you're giving yourself, because other stuff is going to be happening, you piling up what you're going to need to heal from.
Facts. But then that too, doing that though, you got to be careful with that. Because like you said before, like you planting that seed though, you planting that seed within yourself, like supposedly. Now, unless you know for a fact that it's like you're not really feeling the friendship or whatever.
I ain't saying I'm right every time now. I'm like,
but because like if you do that, you're gonna be that seed that's gonna separate the friendship itself. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not gonna be no process with me though.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Because
if I make a decision, I've already communicated. Like I said, I'm a communicator.
Yeah,
I communicate.
Okay.
Like I have no problem like pulling anybody to the side. Like, yo, we need to talk.
But some people don't do that. They just stay in that phase of thinking about it, and then next thing you know, it actually starts happening, And then that one friend just like, damn, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like once it's in your mind, it's a formality. Like even your body, without you trying to show it, you gonna start showing it.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just
It's gonna look weird if you try to hide it sometimes, bro. Like that's a lot of contortion right there.
Yeah, and it's like what the fuck wrong with such and such? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, fuck wrong.
You're gonna look real bent out of shape.
Yeah. like, Slim, you good? Or, like, you got something to say on me? Or, like...
Hey, bro, walking around looking like you constipated.
Facts. So, wow, album went by pretty fast. So, what you feel about, I guess we kind of indirectly covered the whole respect thing through various situations.
Mm-hmm.
We did say the trust, the respect. I feel like we don't really have to deep dive into like the treacherous betrayals of friendships, like the telling of the secrets and
Yeah, that's a deep blue sea in its
yeah.
own.
Well, I feel like we don't have to. I kind of feel like if you've experienced that, like if you fell out with somebody and they told like some of your secrets or something, I kind of feel like y'all have already established some type of beef beforehand, before secrets get told. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Because some people will carelessly start that war. It's just like, yeah, man, like, you know what? Fuck that shit. And literally, that's just I call it a reckless decision, but also a conscious decision.
Oh, it's definitely conscious. It's
Like,
definitely reckless too.
You know what it is, and you just like, I'm willing to take that risk. At that point, the very moment that you start risking and gambling your friendship,
yeah, it's over. I can't. I was like telling somebody like, it's a deep dark secret. I don't know. That's like much more like a female thing though.
yeah, I don't see it happen too often with males. I mean, unless it's a male and female friendship, of course. Like typically, it is with a female involved, but I don't see it happening too much with like two males. Like, yeah, man, like, dog, don't tell nobody this, and this. At least in my experience, I haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah. But it's like, because even it's like when it comes to guys, I feel like the dynamic is so different though. Because even guys would be sworn enemies, and they'll tell other things about the other guy, but I feel like it's a threshold. Oh yeah, we was young and that nigga used to get jumped in and everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they'll say disrespectful things, but I feel like
it depends what for.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like if it's really something that a man want, he'll fucking tarnish the shit out of you. Yeah. He'll destroy you.
Which is super corny. That's super corny.
But it still happens.
Yeah.
A lot of grown men do it.
It works.
A lot of grown men do it. Successful men do it.
Yeah, it works. Like I'll.
That's what I call little dick energy. You don't have to have an actual little dick, but like I call that little dick energy, bro.
Yeah.
Like you have to go out your way to try to destroy somebody. And like I've actually got question of doing that before. Like you really trying to destroy somebody and what for? I'm like, it's the truth. I'm not doing this just to gain anything.
Right.
It's literally like, dog, it's out there. Like, I'm an out there type of person. Like, you see me for what I am. Like, you need to see this person for what they are too, type of shit.
Right.
Like, that's just me. But, like, there's a lot of dudes out there that's literally just trying to, like, win over shit. And I'm just like, I'm not with that.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
Come on, bro. Now, I found myself in situations where I actually had to, like, kind of battle against a person because they try and fucking set me the fuck up in a different light.
All right, perfect segue, because that's what I wanted to talk about next. Yeah. The whole competition thing.
Hey, bro, this shit sucks. It's annoying as shit, bro.
So, I'm gonna ask you, right? And I guess with you, it's so easy because we already like joke on you and harp on you about the female thing, right? And I know you do well with with yourself, with the ladies.
I try to.
And one thing that I've seen from experience and from those like particular ones around me that also do well with females is that other guys aren't so accepting of that. Especially if they feel like they should be doing well with the females, but they're not. So how do you what do you feel about like from your mindset, your perspective, what's the thought process when you can feel like that awkwardness? Because it's like I know you felt it before. It's like there's an awkwardness when it's like, damn, I got a particular outfit, especially you because you got style. I wear regular shit, and I sometimes be like, man, I got on this outfit. I know I'm just like about to be the man at the mall today. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you got a particular man or something that it just feel like you can just feel like the negative energy, so to speak. Like, obviously it's not healthy. But what would you tell like that person?
Honestly, typically I try not to shine a light on it too much.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't say I'm bringing myself down to a level because there's no low level to be had.
But you kind of, because I feel you, because that's me. I'm a deflector. So is that what you mean?
I don't know. To me, now it might be deflecting, but to me it doesn't feel like deflecting. Because like the mindset that I have is just like, all right, bro. Like, especially when I'm around a person, I know that there are certain things that are more stylish.
Okay.
But that doesn't always have to be a thing that works. It's just me at this point. Like, you got your own style, I got my own style. Unless you're literally kind of like letting yourself go, then that's when I start kind of talking about it. Like, hey, like, man, what's going on, such and such and such and whatever. And there have been times like I've actually given like a couple of homies, a few things to put an outfit together or whatever when we go out and stuff like that. But other than that, like, I really don't try to shine a light onto the situation because it's me trying to forget. I guess that is deflecting. I try to like really not pay attention to it. I try to forget about it. They may still feel that way, but at the same time, it's just me now being on an equal field with them because we equal people. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just like we both here, we equals, bro. Like, so, and that's how I feel about it. That's how I want to see it. So I really don't. I try not to draw attention to the situation.
Right.
Now, if it's other people, obviously it's going to. That's them bringing their own light to it. They're going to be drawn to what they're drawn to. But at the same time, like I said, I try to stay equal with certain stuff.
Right.
Now it's like if it's something that's just like it can't be helped, it's kind of like, bro, like this is that. Now I still like, for example, me and a homie are out, a group of girls come up or whatever, and we're all communicating. And one is starting to show particular attention to me or them, whichever the case. But I have to say me because this is naturally what I actually do.
Right.
Like, I still try to associate a balance between the interaction with the females and the balance of the friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still trying to be equal. I'm communicating on all grounds with everyone.
Right.
Despite if the girl is in my lap trying to talk to me or whatever it is that she's doing. You know what I'm saying? And so I try not to make anybody the third wheel of anything.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
Like, I guess it is quite awkward, and sometimes it is what it is.
Right.
But I always try to associate an equal ground for everyone.
Right.
And still have the certain said relationships or communications and bonds with other people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Some people, it's just like, all right, well, I feel a certain type of way about it, and it's just like, well, I apologize, sorry for it, not being nonchalant about it, but yeah, sorry for it and all this other stuff, and hopefully it can be better in the next run. But it's like, you don't want to stress yourself too much either, because they're gonna feel however they feel at the end of the day.
And that's what I'm having to learn now. Not from the female perspective, but if you stretch it out like past the female point of view, and it's just like friendships in general, no matter what you're doing, like in life. it's like that's a lot of people thrive on like being competitive with their friends.
You got to communicate that though. And with me personally, I try to do something to either like, if you feel like there's a reason why you have to compete with me, and like it's a odd thing for me to wrap my head around,
Right.
Because I see myself in a certain light compared to how you see me.
Right.
Some people like, yeah, man, you just this and you're this and this, and I'm like, bro, I don't see that. I'm me. I exist.
Right.
I have my interest in certain things and how I throw it together. This is me painting my own picture for myself.
Right.
So now how other people respond to it, that's how they respond to it. But like if you feel a certain type of way and you want a piece of that, I'm going to help you find a way. I'm going to give tips or advice or whatever to help you find a way to make it your own. So you don't have to keep looking at my picture. You got your own.
Right.
You got your own Picasso going on.
And that's it's crazy because like that would be my exact reaction. Like giving the knowledge out, just do it yourself.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Do your own thing, bro.
And it's like one thing that sours me on like friendships is like one of my super pet peeves is like the competition. Like I'm not gonna say I don't condone it because it's not like I'm just like the martial law or nothing like that. But if it's one thing that I can peep from somebody, yeah, they'll have an asterisk next to them.
Mm.
Like I feel like if we playing some type of sport, some type of video game, some type of game, that's the only way we should be competing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really want my main competition to be like my bro.
Facts. Well, thinking about it now, there is such thing as, well, to me, there is such thing as healthy competition. Like, but it all depends on what you're achieving. If you're doing something just because it's like out of envy, you know what I'm saying? Like that, of course, that's gonna spiral. That can spiral out of control. But if it's something like, all right, well, I'm challenging you, and it's kind of like it's both making y'all better. Y'all both coming up at the same time because y'all sitting there like, it's basically motivation at this point.
Yeah, but all right. So hear me out, right? And this is why what you said is true, but this is how I'm gonna rebuttal that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know how you said a few seconds ago, it would spiral out of control.
Yeah.
I feel like that's inevitable. Because let's say like me and you, we best friends, and we have healthy competitions. And let's say no matter what we have the healthy competition at, you just kick my ass. Getting girls, getting game, playing video games, playing basketball, football, you just kick my ass all over the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think like one day I'ma really like do something like, yo, I gotta beat this nigga at something. And it's gonna become like a genuine obsession to be better than you at something.
Yeah.
And that's why I've literally had this happen from experience. That's why I don't condone it now. That's why I'm not accepting of it now.
Like I said before, in any shape or form, it's going to define that friendship.
You're right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? It's all about what for, bro. Like,
Yeah.
It's all like, and you know, and when it comes to competitions, you want to. It all depends on what you're doing it for. Well, like, what's the end goal for it?
Cause look, everybody, like I feel like I don't need to compete with my friends to be a better version of myself. And I can give you this prime example, right? Let's use both of us. And since we're doing two different things, we can use two different examples. You about to be a certified personal trainer.
Well, I gotta catch that one. I'm gonna be a certified nutritionist.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good. You good. I just have to.
I'm confused.
I have to learn to keep speaking certain things into existence.
Oh yeah, so you're a certified personal trainer, right? Mm-hmm. And now I'm about to say a handful, but that would be discrediting a lot of personal trainers. There are a bajillion top tier personal trainers in the world. Mm-hmm. I see them on Instagram. I see them on the news. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a better version of yourself, logically thinking to me would mean you would be trying to compete with them. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't come over my house trying to compete with like a Cortez.
To be honest, no, with Cortez, I don't find myself competing with Cortez.
No, I'm saying like as an example.
But though I do kind of, I am motivated by him though.
But that's not competing. Right. Motivation, now I draw motivation from a lot of people around me. Yeah, I'm not competing. You motivate me. I'm not competing with you.
Yeah.
Like that's genuine like motivation. I'm saying like people will really like. I do the comedy skits. Mm-hmm. Other people do comedy skits. They feel like they can get better if we have some type of formal competition. And I'm like, in essence, you're not really trying to be better. You want to prove that you're better than me. Because the competition is with me. It's not with all the other comedians. And that's a million comedians around. You want to compete with me, though. And so
the funny thing is when you compete in the comedic world, what are you doing that somebody else has not already done?
Right.
So
and it's the same thing like with the personal training thing. Like what unless you now I'm not saying like maybe you could come up with something super creative, innovative we never seen. I mean, heaven knows they came out with the shake weight, you know.
Yeah.
Now, so we not gonna close the door on anybody creating some type of thingamajig that's just, you know.
Yeah.
So but I'm like, if the competition is specified to a specific person, your friend, that's more like to me that's like a red flag, and it's also like I'm thinking you got some type of hidden agenda. Now I'm thinking like no, because there's too much competition out here.
Same type of energy that I experienced once before with a friend.
Okay.
And I try not to think of it. I try not to think of it sometimes, but like when it happened, it was
the long leash that we've been talking about.
Oh man! So I had a friend that I used to work with. We used to work at the same job, bro. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I was just like, bro, is that necessary? I was like, how childish is that? But now thinking about it in hindsight, it's just like it makes sense. From everything else that was buried behind it, because I realized he was always in competition with me.
Okay.
And
so it was
it unveiled a whole bunch of other scenarios that I didn't even know what was going on, or I really didn't pay attention to.
Right.
But this one joint, it was, so we had a coworker, because we was on lunch break. We was about to go to the 7-Eleven or whatever. And so I spoke to the coworker. I asked, I said, well, yeah, man, we about to run to the 7-Eleven. You need anything? You know, because, like, we all in walking distance and stuff like that. But, like, I was just like, to save you the trip, you know what I'm saying? Because you might want to go in a different direction because we downtown. So I'm going to 7-Eleven. You want anything from there? So she was like, yeah, this and this. And my friend, he's standing there hearing everything. And so we all, of course, me and him going to the same place or whatever because, you know, he was just like, yeah, man, where you going to lunch afterward? So we go in there, and I find him trying to speed up, trying to grab the very last thing, the drink that she wanted.
For real?
Yeah. Like, he was being quick. He raced to the little fridge and then grabbed the joint or whatever. And so I think I got the drink or whatever, and then we got back. And I can't remember either how he got it in his hand. He either took it from me or whatever. And he was racing to go give it to her.
Oh, okay.
And next thing you know, it was, thank you, such and such. And then a hug. And he gestured like kind of like a villain would, you know, when the one of the hug you joints so she can't see you, so you doing this behind her head type of shit. So he was just like, he stuck his tongue out and was like, then the little rock sign joint was like, yeah, look what I just did. I'm like, nigga, she sent me for the mission, and at the same time, I was just like, all right, bro, whatever.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
She got her shit, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I try to just take that like, all right, well, you went to hell and high waters for that one moment.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my W by saying, look, man, she sent me to go do it. At the same time, she got what she wanted, and just like, yeah.
But from his perspective,
it was a whole thing.
That probably made Slim day.
I
got a hug from Slim, and I got one over
yeah,
on Bach.
like,
you know
yeah,
what
man.
saying?
So you know, now I got her to like me and all this other shit, type of shit or whatever. Like now it's just gonna be the one girl that Mark don't get. Type of shit. And I was just like, bro, like, dog, this is not what this was for. Like she just wanted a little snack, and I was gonna bring it to her, and and like now it was just like. Now, I do find sometimes when I realize you are trying to compete with me, I want to teach you a bit of a lesson, so I'm going to compete back. But then I try, like, nah, you know, sometimes, like, now I'm going to get wrapped up into it.
Yeah, right,
just like
right.
So I was like, you know what, I'm going to fall back. And sometimes it really does put a bad taste in my mouth, and it's a little
tempting.
awkward. And
it's tempting.
And I think about it, and I'm just like, all right, hopefully I forget about this in, like, the next hour. Because, like, this got to go. Cause now it's eating me the fuck up, and it's just like, damn, like, dog, like, you just started some shit, and I don't really want to deal with it. I don't want to.
And you could whoop his ass.
I don't want to fall into the possibilities of what can happen.
Right. But
so,
and you don't want to be like, you don't just want to be like, cause that's what it's going to turn into.
Then I'll be the asshole. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then cause the thing is, if you're not like on a team. The competition will never end. It'll start off with like you said, start off with the female, and then it's just gonna lead to something else and something else and something else. You know what I'm saying? And it, like that's always left a bad taste in my mouth. Like I felt like as a family, we all need to be competing with the world. Like I would never look at you and see you as competition. Unless we became like ops, because that's normally who you compete against. Like if we playing basketball, we're competing against the other team, somebody who is opposed to us.
Yeah, you got a mutual objective,
right?
But you know, I do believe in challenging. Cause I think challenging can make you better. Sometimes.
Okay.
It all depends what the challenges is. But, yeah, like, I don't know. That word challenging and competing, obviously, to me, it has two different definitions.
I think it just, because when you say it, I think it just depends on what works best for you. And if it's that, you're just going to have a boatload of discipline to go with it.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said before, it all depends on who you dealing with.
Yeah. Because I'm just me. I'm more so like I can give people a peek inside my mind, right? When I want to become better at something, I become like a student of the game. So when I wanted to become better at taking photos for photography, because when I did my first photo shoot, I got so much negative backlash. Like I still got the screenshots in my phone, like to this day, and that was like 5 years ago. And I got so much negative backlash, like comments on top of comments. Of course, my friends was like popping up and defending me. Oh, these photos look good and this and that. I mean, I know they didn't look good, but friends just doing what friends do. You know what I mean? But it's like, when I wanted to get better at taking photos, I went to go find, like, top-tier photographers And I was watching video after video after video after video after video after video after video. And even though I knew I wasn't going to use all those tactics, I just wanted to see what the best photographers was doing. Take a little bit from him, a little bit from her. Oh, I like that. Oh, this could work for me. I got this kind of you know what I'm saying? And then I just throw it together in the bowl, and you come up with your own formula.
Nice.
And that's what I feel like is comfortable for me. Like I don't need my bro. He doing videos, I'm doing videos. Let me try to be better than him. Cause and then this is my last point about that, right? You'll compete with me. Let's say you do win the competition. Bro, I'm not nobody. I mean, I'm up and coming, yeah, but I'm not on TV.
And then once you achieve that, then what?
Right. You gonna have to go after the big boys eventually.
Yeah,
like I said,
like,
meat and potatoes. Like, bro, you gonna have to go after them eventually.
Yeah.
If this what you doing, bro, get to it. That's what I'm doing.
Facts. Might as well.
I'm telling you, bro, the meat and potatoes theory.
Like wearing your ass out over me, man. You might as well go ahead and try and jump higher than me now.
Yeah, like, bro, I'm not. Cause trust me, when I see like. When I be out and about and I run into some of the people on Instagram and people be like, yo, I be seeing your videos and this and that, you know, you funny as shit. You know, I do videos too and this and that. And yeah, I can follow people and I'll laugh at their videos and everything. And it's like, I don't see you as competition because I got somewhere that I'm looking right now. Like, when I don't watch the show, I watch clips from it. I watch clips from like Wildin' Out. That's where I want to be. So everybody on that show, except for Mimi, because she like following me on Instagram, so she's showing love back. But everybody else on that show, and Nick Cannon too, because he gonna be the one to pull me in on the show. So them two, everybody else on the show competition, bro. One of y'all gonna have to go.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna be a grind to get there. Which is why I'm slowly pacing myself, getting over with a bunch of Fugazi TikTok videos. Still got the potent stuff in the cut. Might drop something here, and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drop something here and there. So when the time is right, you know, I'll flood with originality if I have to. When the time calls for that. Right now, nigga done gained 5,000 followers off of TikTok.
Don't try to change what works.
Right. I'm getting, and this is how flawed, not to get too much off topic, this is how flawed social media logic is, right? I get paid on Instagram. I'm in what is called the Reels bonus. So every time I post a Reel, once it hits a certain amount of views, I get paid a certain amount of money. And the program ends every 30 days. So the most I can make, if I get 1 million views in 30 days, they'll give me $900. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get 1 million views. But what I can do, and I really, because I tell endless people I don't like to discuss numbers and whatnot. What I can do is instead of getting 9, I can get about 1/3 of that in 30 days. I can't get 1 million. I might could get you close to anywhere like 100, maybe 150,000 though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is how flawed the system is. It's just like the system in real life. Crazy. 90% of my reels are TikToks. I want to say 70% of my TikToks is just me reenacting other people's stuff.
Yeah, this is true.
Like, yeah, I post like original videos and I do my therapy videos, like original stuff. But I also remake like the popular skits because that's what TikTok is. To me, TikTok is like a big acting school.
Yeah, it's a trending topic.
Right. And I'm like, bro, it's not even me. It's just me lip syncing a video and I'm getting paid on this site because I'm taking from this. Like, bruh, I would be a fool not to cash in on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know niggas, we speak about morals and logic and stuff like that. I'm like, bro.
But is there really a moral to that? Because everybody's doing it.
You have to talk to other people. Because the other people, oh, that's not original. That's not this and that. And I'm like, yeah. Because I had a conversation with one of my bros, and I was like, you got to understand when circumstance meets business. Like, you're looking at it from a consumer standpoint. You're logging in and you're watching my videos. I'm a content creator and I'm getting paid. So I have to mix in business now. Everything's not gonna be free flowing fun no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just let me just upload this, upload that. That's why I follow like all the little fake little guidelines now. Well, if they're gonna pay me, yeah, I'll follow rules.
Right. Yeah, too.
Yeah, but it's like that's. I'm telling him like, bro, that's easy money. If somebody walk up to me and be like, yo, I give you $900 if you just post a bunch of videos in 1 month. They don't even got to be your videos. You can go take a popular video, lip sync the video, and post it. We'll still pay you.
Yeah, do it. Like who's not gonna do that? Now, unless, like I said, like knowing you have an objective to be beyond that. The only injustice to that is if you keep limiting it, if you would limit yourself to that.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, I'm gonna get this money though.
But to me, even that's circumstantial because you got to think. Again, I'm up and coming. For somebody that's arrived, somebody that can easily get 1 million views in 1 week, let alone 30 days, but that's $900 that these people just threw at, and that's just Instagram. Lord knows what TikTok paying niggas, and I haven't made it on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's just them. Like that's like your rent or close to it. Mm-hmm. And that's coming from Instagram. You might got a job. You might like, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Once you think of every little thing, like, bro, niggas can't tell me they wouldn't take an extra $900, bro. And all you doing is posting videos. This ain't no pyramid scheme. This ain't
nope.
Like,
do the shit that you already been doing. You was on your phone anyway.
and niggas be on Instagram 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, that's just. I just feel like that's my competition. To bring it back to the topic, that is, circle back around. That's who I'm competing with. Like, I need to. Them where I'm trying to get people in Hollywood or wherever, and then myself, and that's it. I can never look at my friends and go, "Come on, bro."
I mean, like, that's just going to transpire into who they were supposed to be in the first place. If they going to hate, they going to hate. That's what they were supposed to be. Because if you just doing you naturally without the thought of it bothering anybody, but they just naturally just like, I'm bothered, that's what they were supposed to do. They're showing the true colors of who they showing their role. Mm-hmm. It's no longer I'm a friend. It's I'm a hater who's calling themselves a friend. And it's just like, all right, well, I'm going to just be mad at you. But see, at the same time, you kind of torturing yourself. Because you associating yourself with that person that you can't stand.
You got to get rid of.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just like, man, I'm so jealous. But at the same time, I'm being friends with him for what? What you trying to stay close for what? Because I'm going to continue to do me. And I'm going to be great. And the thing is, this is what pisses you off the most. I'm being great and hindering you and not even know I'm doing it because it's not my intention.
Right.
So it's making you even more mad because it's just like, damn, not only is he doing it he's effortlessly making me jealous. He's effortlessly pissing me off because he does not fucking know it's happening.
Right.
Like,
at that point, you
got just fall off, bro. Like,
you gotta get help. That right there, you gotta go get help. Like, that's
it's not.
There's
worth
no
it.
way you can do. There's no way you can go through that and not realize that something's wrong.
Eh?
Like you said earlier, the defining moment. That would be somebody making me mad, and they don't even know that they're making me mad.
The scary part is a lot of people don't even see that they do it. They really don't see, like, physically they're actually doing that shit. It's scary.
So do you think they genuinely don't see it, or are they just so used to doing it that it's
That way.
like how we said earlier, it's just human nature now.
Yeah, that way. That's what makes it like the blinders, if you will, for that. They get so used to just doing it.
Right.
At first, they were like, "Man, this is probably healthy," but at the same time, I feel like I can have control over this. It becomes a consistent thing, where to a point it's going to be like, "Why am I doing this, and why can't I stop?" To I don't even know I'm doing it anymore.
Yeah. Once you ask yourself that question, can I have control over this? Might be a wrap already.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Like once you ask yourself that kind of question, yeah, go ahead. You might want to just jump.
Call it quits.
Go ahead, jump the gun and get help. Like that. Nah, but all in all, I do want to say that it does. An hour and a half. It does take a lot to be a friend, apparently.
For
So
sure.
many things can tear a friendship apart.
It
So
it is indeed a job now.
you have to appreciate those genuine friends. I mean, if you're accepting of like everything that we've said, the whole part-time friend, like people are accepting of that. Like I
Because they just don't want to be alone. That's it.
yeah. Okay, well, I wasn't gonna say the word desperate, but you kind of making it seem that way. So,
Hey, it is what it is.
so you don't want to be alone, but you don't want to work with a.
I've seen people
full
typically,
time.
I've seen typically people just like getting a renter friend. I've seen people get renter relationships.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
So
I don't know why you would rent a friend, but I seen the relationship. Yeah, I seen the relationship.
man.
Like why stop? Like you might as well if you're.
Just some people find whatever it is that they like, they feel like they can benefit from the situation, and they just go for it.
Yeah,
People are more driven just off of wants. So
yeah. And it comes down to like you said, if you just like a type of person that's doing something, and you're just doing it naturally, then people will gravitate to you for that. And that's also, like you said, why the person wouldn't be able to leave you alone, even though they're jealous of you and stuff like that. Probably because of what you're doing. If you don't cut off the resource that you're providing them, it's like a can't live with you, can't live without you.
that way.
But I'm appreciative of the friendships that I do have, because seeing the numbers lets me know a lot of these should have ran out a long time ago. So we've been fortunate enough to maintain some pretty decent friendships.
I've learned a lot from the good and the bad. So,
Yeah,
I always tell, those who I still communicate with, man, I appreciate this, man, the effort.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it means a lot. So,
It takes a that's with like almost anything in life. Friendships, whether you working together, like what we're doing with the podcast, like to have the chemistry, to be on the same page. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's just like that takes a lot. Even though we'll go about it like it's just nothing. We're used to it. We're used to each other. You know what I mean? But that's because the routine that we have is a human nature to us now.
Yeah.
But like we said, there's plenty of other people that wish they had like this kind of camaraderie, the conversations we have when we meet up.
Yeah.
It's like, at least in my perspective, and then I'll let you end off on the final words. It's like an outlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I always say all the time, like I said, this is therapy.
yeah,
Like, some people just like, yeah, man, it's okay if you miss a day. Nah, bro, I need this. I want this.
yeah.
So,
And with that, it was like, it because I was telling Mike, and I was like, yeah, he can miss a day. You know what I'm saying? It's not a job. You know what I mean? But
I mean, I don't know if y'all picked up on that. Like, that was just how serious it was for me.
yeah, and we
You know what I'm
appreciate.
saying?
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if you had other things that you wanted to take care of, you can take care of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to beat you over the head and be like, no, you gotta be here. You're like, no, we're doing this, we're doing that. Be here. Nah, because then that would be being a bad friend. You know. But any final words?
Nah, not really. Just, pick up the simple little things, the little toolkit for these friendships and relationships. Communication.
Please.
Stop trying to compete. You know what I'm saying? Be transparent.
Please. Communicate, y'all. Say that one again. Communicate, y'all.
Man.
Damn.
Like, and for the third time, don't stop being the best you.
Yeah.
That matching energy shit, fuck that, man.
Stop
like,
lying, y'all.
like for real, man. The only time you should try to match energy is if it's bringing the positive out of you, bro. That's it.
If it's helping you be the best you, that's when you match it.
That other shit ain't nothing but a fucking trending word, man. Just let it go.
And it's a trap.
It is.
Yeah, because the average person, once they lose themselves, especially at this age, if you lose yourself, early on, and then you kind of get older and gain yourself back, you lose yourself like in your 30s. This might be a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
That's a dire age right there.
yeah, like, but we're going to end off on that note. This was rather lengthy, but we kind of expected that. It's another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short, and I'm Teddy,
And I'm also real Mark Anthony.
and we out.